Hello, everyone. My name is Crystal Dominguez, and I am from the Kansas City area. I am a natural health and herb specialist. I'm a certified health coach. I specialize in gut health and the gut microbiome, herbal first aid, weight loss, flower essences, emotional health, essential oils, children's health, glandular hormone, thyroid, diet, lifestyle, and cleansing. I'm also a huge cannabis advocate, so I love anything and everything about the body. I like to use natural alternatives instead of using prescription meds, things that are usually harmful to the liver and kidneys. So yes, I love to use natural alternatives for just about everything. And little do we know, there's pretty much an herb for everything. So my favorite thing is I have an herb for that. Anywho, I want to go ahead and get right into it. Something that it has been on my heart because I see it every single day. Um, this year, all right, well, even a little bit of last year, 2019, 2020, people started getting an infection, influenza B, and they also get this upper respiratory or in the it settles in the chest, this respiratory infection that people have been getting. And most of the time when we go to a doctor, they will prescribe an antibiotic just for about everything. And I just wanted to share a little bit of knowledge of what I know that has helped me throughout the years of understanding antibiotics and the human body. So I want to go ahead and just get right into it, and we'll go ahead and start. So here we go. So yeah, there is no question about it. Antibiotics are one of the wonders of modern medicine, and they have saved countless lives through their appropriate use. Unfortunately, these valuable drugs are also commonly prescribed for conditions where they have little to or no effect. For starters, antibiotics only work on bacterial infections, so they are worthless on viral or fungal infections. This means that there is absolutely no reason to take an antibiotic for the common cold or flu. Antibiotics are also ineffective in many, if not most, cases of sore throat, sinus infections, bronchitis, respiratory congestion, and earaches. In spite of these facts, many people run to their doctor and particularly insist on getting prescription for an antibiotic for those types of health problems. What these people don't realize is that using antibiotics in this inappropriate manner will actually harm their health in the long run. This is partly because antibiotics kill friendly bacteria in the intestinal tract. When these friendly bacteria are destroyed, yeast and infections bacteria proliferate, causing intestinal inflammation, leaky gut syndrome, and a weakened immune system. This makes the person even more susceptible to future infections. An even more serious problem created by antibiotic overuse is the development of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, sometimes called, as we know, superbugs. Here's how this happens. Antibiotics never kill all the bacteria, and the few that survive are the ones that are most resistant to the drug. Over time, the process of natural selection gradually creates strains of bacteria which can't be killed by the particular antibiotic. Antibiotic resistance can develop very quickly. For instance, penicillin became widely used after World War II. It only took 4 years, you guys. It only took 4 years for microbes to start becoming resistant to penicillin. This is why new antibiotics have to be introduced regularly, but it's becoming a losing battle, if I do say so myself. Antibiotic resistance is now a worldwide problem, especially in hospitals and medical clinics. It has made disease such as tuberculosis, gonorrhea, malaria, and childhood ear infections more difficult to treat than they were a few decades ago. Prescribing antibiotics for colds and other viral infections and feeding livestock antibiotics for prevention has hastened the development of antibiotic resistance, which especially when there are natural ways to treat most infections. Many of these natural remedies are not only effective against bacterial infections, they also work on viral and fungal infections. More importantly, bacteria do not seem to develop resistance to natural substances. A few natural remedies that I like to use. One of the most powerful antibiotics is golden seal. Golden seal and parthenium root put together is very powerful because parthenium is kind of like echinacea, not as strong as echinacea, but very close to it. So golden seal and those two put together are very powerful antibiotics. Another one of my favorites is Oregon grape. I like to use Oregon grape specifically for, can't say disease words. Let's see. Oregon grape for a very, very difficult sore throat that may cause fever and you can barely swallow, and sometimes it can cause a rash, etc., etc. So Oregon grape is one of my favorites for one of those. Another thing we have is echinacea and golden seal put together. That's pretty powerful, and ultimate echinacea. These are immune stimulators, so I would not recommend them for someone who has an autoimmune disease. For someone with autoimmune, I would stick with a formula we have called VSC. VSC stands for viruses. It also can speed up any healing process, or it can speed up any type of program you're trying to do naturally. Another thing is vitamin C. Vitamin C is very powerful, you guys. One of my favorite things is to either use, we have a vitamin C chewable. It's 250 milligrams per chewable. It's great for kids. It tastes like, it has all the citrus fruits in it, so it tastes like orange juice almost to me, but in a tablet, and you chew it. And you can use that, or we have another one of my ultimate favorites is vitamin C 1000 milligram time release. Now, what time release means, it's how you say that. It is in your body and it releases slowly throughout the day, so you don't get all the 1000 milligrams all at once. It just so slowly releases so your body is able to absorb every bit of it and assimilate it properly. But anyways, taking 1 tab of vitamin C every hour for 8 hours usually can kick out pretty much any infection. I cannot say that for other products. The products I use are pharmaceutical grade. They're heavily tested, chromatography, and also third-party tested. We had NSF certification. So our products are top of the line, and I know every single time I'm not wasting my money and I'm going to get results every single time. So those, that's why I use the natural supplements I use, because they get results every time. When I go to the store and I pick up something, and it can be from a health food store, it doesn't have to be from the Walmart generic brand. It can be from any store on the market that is a natural health store, like Natural Grocers, Sprouts, Whole Foods. All of these places carry all kinds of supplements, and that does not mean every supplement they carry is top quality. Another thing, I want to move on from that, but another thing that's one of my favorites is called Silver Shield. It's a form of colloidal silver. Ours is patented, and it's also, our colloidal silver enters and exits the body every 24 hours, so there's no chance of turning blue. Some people read those things about colloidal silver. And also, our silver is very clear. That means our particles are very small, so the body can absorb them better. When it's a yellow or brownish tint, that means the silver particles are too big, and really it doesn't even get absorbed in the body. So, or most of it doesn't get absorbed. So we want a good quality colloidal silver, and we have Silver Shield. Silver Shield is completely safe for infants, pregnant women, all the way up to the elderly. You can put it in your eye for eye infections. You can put it in your ear for ear infections. You can take it internally. You could drink a whole bottle of silver a day for a whole year, and it's not going to do anything harmful to you. You're only going to be killing fungus, yeast. You're going to be killing viruses and bacteria. And guess what? Silver Shield does not harm the good bacteria in your gut. It only kills the bad bacteria. How amazing is that? So yeah, Silver Shield is definitely one of my favorites and very, very safe. Essential oils I like to use. We have one called Essential Shield. Essential Shield is for not only common cold and flu, but it also helps with respiratory infections, kind of like what's been going around this past year and this new year. Another thing, another essential oils I like to use, I use myrrh for certain things. Myrrh and tea tree oil can get to deep-rooted infections. We've all heard about oregano oil. It's antiviral. Thyme is antiviral. These are hot, oregano and thyme are hot oils. So, and also we have heard of clove and cinnamon. Those are hot oils. Just make sure you dilute before you use them. Um, Tea tree, it depends. It can be applied topically neat or diluted. It can be sensitive to some skins, but tea tree is great for antiviral, antibacterial. Um, Another thing, antibiotics are antibacterial agents. So we have to remember again, they have no effects on viral conditions for which they are frequently prescribed. Unfortunately, antibiotics also destroy the beneficial bacteria when you take them in the gastrointestinal and female reproductive tract. So this allows yeast to multiply out of balance with other organisms in the body. Yeast produce a toxin that weakens the immune system. So long-term use of antibiotics results in reduced immunity. After completing a round of antibiotics, it is important to take probiotics in order to replace the friendly bacteria that have been destroyed. So there are many species of friendly bacteria or lactobacillus besides the commonly recommended Lactobacillus acidophilus. We have great probiotics. We have probiotics 11. It has 11 strands, billions of probiotics in it. Another one I like, which is for targeted use for the large intestine. It gets all the way down in there without dying. It can even withstand heat and the hydrochloric acid that's in the stomach. It will not destroy it. It's called Bacillus coagulans. That Nutribiome Bacillus coagulans is definitely targeted for the large intestine because it can make it through the entire digestive tract to the intestinal system where it needs to go. I actually like to alternate Probiotics 11 and Bacillus coagulans. That is like the ultimate probiotics right there. Another thing, Podiarco is one of my favorites. We have tea, capsules, extracts, even lotion, but Podiarco tea is one of my favorites. It's a great immune booster. It's a blood cleanser, and it kills yeast. Yeast cannot live in the body when we are taking Podiarco. Another one that can kill yeast and help the immune system is garlic. So those are really great. After yeast has built up in the system, let's say we get a yeast infection or something, we have something called yeast fungal detox. It's a great formula. It has Podiarco in it, oregano, all kinds of different things. But yeah, that is my thoughts on antibiotics, and I just wanted to drop a little bit of knowledge on everybody because we're so, like, not me, but most of the society is used to going to the doctor, getting prescribed an antibiotic, even when it's not a bacteria infection. Sometimes it can be just a virus or something else, and antibiotics will be prescribed, and then your immune system weakens. You kill all the good gut bacteria, and I have so many people come to me saying, I wish I didn't take that antibiotic. Now I have a yeast infection. I wish I didn't take that antibiotic. Now my stomach is hurting. So if you have any health concerns and would like to have a natural way of going about things, natural alternatives, instead of using antibiotics, there are plenty of natural remedies and natural herbs to use in place of antibiotics. In fact, golden seal, how I was talking about earlier, it's one of the most powerful antibiotics. It's also an endangered herb, so we don't take it all the time, but we use it for dire need. It's such a powerful antibiotic, and it used to back, I'm sure they probably even still use it in antibiotics today. They still put golden seal in them, I believe. If I could be mistaken on that, but golden seal has been used for many, many years and is a wonderful antibiotic, and so is echinacea and vitamin C and BSC and silver shield. All those are very wonderful. If you have any questions and would like to use alternatives instead of using antibiotics and running to the doctor every single time, please feel free to call Natural Health Hub at 816-716-5286. I am Natural Health and Herb Specialist Crystal Dominguez, and I'm so happy to share this to you today. I hope you start your day off right and have a healthy and happy week. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.